merchant cash advance loans. In this video, I'm going to talk about the pros, the cons, and what every business owner needs to know. I'm also going to start off with, we just helped a business owner successfully defeat a merchant cash advance company where they were suing him for over $99,000. We just helped our client who was being sued by a merchant cash advance company for over $99,000. And his case is 100% dismissed with prejudice. They cannot bring it back. Now, this is not about running away from debt. This is not about, trying to get all types of credit and then filing bankruptcy and stuff on credit, which he never did do. But there were issues with the way that they put that lawsuit together. So I'm going to go into the pros and cons about these types of lawsuits. And just in case you're busy, if you're a business person, I know that you're probably busy. You can reach out to us. We will, if you're being sued by a merchant capital advance company or any company, but this is specifically for business owners, you're being sued by merchant cash advance loan companies, we can review your lawsuit and tell you your options. There's one option where you can win your case outright. I won't go into too much detail about that here. We'll do that in another video, and it's also very detailed. It's very detailed. Not too many attorneys even know how to do it. The other option that is available is that you can modify your loan where you can make lower payments on your loan. The other option is to settle it with a lump sum on the balance. But most businesses that are in that situation don't have the revenue to be able to do that. So now, if you're a business and you need cash fast, you've probably seen those ads, get funded in 24 hours, no credit needed, no collateral. This sounds perfect. These videos are all over the place. Today, we're going to be talking about merchant cash advance loans, also known as MCAs. What they are, why some businesses love them, and why some businesses believe that they're the most dangerous thing that could happen for financing to a company. Now, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly when the MCA makes sense, if you believe in taking those loans. I have my own opinion on them. And when it can quietly destroy your cash flow and ultimately destroy your business. So now, a merchant cash advance is not a traditional loan. Instead of lending you money with interest, the funder gives you a lump sum in exchange for a position of your future sales. A lot of my clients are restaurants. So if you have a restaurant, food trucks, like plumbing companies, any company that is going to deal with a lot of transactions, these merchant cash advance companies are all over you. So you repay it through your daily or weekly ACH withdrawals. So credit cards, either daily through your account, or they're going to hit you weekly. They want to be able to get their money fast. I call it the Tony Soprano loan. Or a percentage of your credit cards or bank deposits. There's no interest, but they're making a flat rate on all of your transactions that you're making. So if you borrow $50,000, you may pay $65,000 to $75,000 back. And it's going to usually be within 6 months to a year. These are if you were to look at it and amortize it, you're paying a very high interest. The loan that we just helped the gentleman win his case for $99,000, the original debt on that was about $40,000. And with the fees, with the way that it ballooned it up and did all of these things to it, it was over $99,000. So now the benefit is that you get funding fast. MCAs are one of the fastest ways to access capital. Some businesses get approved the same day. Some businesses get approved 24 to 72 hours. when the payroll is due or inventory is due, or you got to get some stuff for your restaurant, or you got to get your stuff for your plumbing or HVAC company, you know you're going to make that money in the next few days or next week, it can make this type of funding tempting because you don't have to go through all the paperwork. I know you're busy. You got to do all your stuff. Also, they don't usually check your credit, low documentation, and only usually 1 year or 2 years of tax records. That's all they're going to ask for. MCAs focus on cash flow, not credit scores. So they want to see what your business is doing. In some situations, they don't even really care. And if you have an MCA loan and you need help because they're suing you, we have some questions that we can ask you that will uncover some of these things that they try to do with these loans. There's usually no restrictions on how the money is used. You can use it for marketing, payroll, equipment, rent. It's your choice. No collateral. In a sense, no collateral, but that's tricky too, because in the contracts, what they're going to do is they're going to make sure that they have the loan collateralized in a sense. And I'll go into a little bit about that later in the video. What they're going to do is they're going to really push hard to do a personal guarantee, because they're also going to do what's called a confession of judgment, which I'm going to talk about in a minute too. This is where they really get people. That's why a lot of attorneys really don't like dealing with these, because they feel that once the person signs it and all of the different terms and conditions that you sign over, that you're really just trapped, that there's nothing that you're going to be able to do. And attorneys don't like messing with these. The factor rate doesn't look scary until you do the math. An MCA loan can easily translate to 40% to 150% on the money that you borrow. Remember, I said it was like Tony Soprano. This is a little bit worse than Tony Soprano. Because repayments happen daily, the money is out of your account before it even feels like you had any benefit of getting that money. Daily ACHs withdrawals, that's less flexibility on how you use your money. Less room for slow days to be able to take care of some of the bills and expenses that you may need to take care of, and consistent pressure on your operating account. Many businesses take another MCA just to be able to keep up, and they call that stacking, and I'll speak a little bit on that later, and it actually puts a business into a debt spiral. Many MCA contracts also include a confession of judgment, especially older or out of state agreements, which means if you default, the funder can obtain a judgment without a trial. Bank accounts can be frozen immediately, and you may not know that you have a judgment until you are locked out of your account, and also until you try to go and get something else. They have very, very, very aggressive collection practices. The way that they call people, they threaten legal action, freezing accounts, filing lawsuits in states that you do not live in, which happened to our client also. They are also not regulated like traditional loans. They're structured as a purchase for future receivables, which they often avoid any of the usury, that's my hard word to say, laws or interest rate laws. That means that you as the business owner have fewer protections than if you would have went to a normal bank. But we know that most people who get these loans can't get money from a bank. So an MCA is useful if you have very strong margins, like you have very good cash flow, you're good with budgeting your money, you just had a shortfall, maybe you got a deal that's going to be coming through for sure. You borrow $50,000, you pay back $55,000, but you made $150,000 on a transaction. Yeah, that could work for you, and it could save you time and allow you to focus on what you need to get accomplished to get that contract done. But if you're doing day-to-day stuff, my opinion is to watch out, because if you're on thin margins, like the restaurants that we normally end up, that's like our biggest client base with MCA loans are restaurants. Your margins are very small. Your margins are very small, and this could end up being a debt spiral where you'll never be able to pay this thing off. You should avoid it. If you're struggling with cash flow, you might want to look at other means. You might want to look at looking at your budget and slashing stuff. If you just need the money to survive, it's not a good deal because it's going to put you in a worse situation if you don't fully understand the contract. Even attorneys who read these contracts, remember, attorneys put their contracts together for them also. You don't plan, if you plan on stacking these, that's even worse. You're relying on hope instead of the math. MCAs don't fix the broken business. You need to amplify what is the problem with your business. You can contact me on that too. I'm a very good marketer on businesses. Some of the alternatives, but I know that everyone wouldn't qualify. If they did, these types of companies wouldn't exist. SBA loans, business lines of credit, invoice factoring, which is another one that you got to be careful with, because what they're going to do is they're going to actually collect for you with your clients, and that could be a little, can show some instability with your business. Revenue-based financing with caps, vendor or supplier financing, that was one that I utilized early. Vendor and supplier financing was something that I utilized when I started my first company at the age of 20 in 1990. My wife and I didn't have money, and we had a conversation with the vendor, my business first one that I started was a marketing business, that small advertising magazine for local businesses. Didn't have the money to pay for the printing. My wife and I convinced the print shop that we would bring it in to get printed, and then that we would collect the money from our advertisers the week after, because our advertisers didn't want to pay for it in advance either, because they didn't know if we were going to get it printed and distributed. So we worked out with the printer. We would bring them the files. They would print the publications. We would pick up the publications on Friday morning, deliver them. On Monday, we started collecting the money, and we told them by the time we brought in the next paper to print, we would pay for the one that we just printed. That business model. By not going to the bank and getting a loan, we were 20 years old, really didn't have any credit, nothing to speak for. That made that company into multi-millions of dollars. And by the time when we retired that company after running it for 35 years, we had spent millions of dollars with that company. So for that company, for taking our word and for us fulfilling our word, they made millions of dollars. We made millions of dollars. So you can do it. It takes some work. You got to have some conversations, but vendor and supplier financing, if you do it right and you got good margins, that can work for you, and it'll make a better relationship. And also, the money is slower, but it's a lot safer to deal with it that way. So my final thoughts on this, before I get into a little bit more detail about the client that we helped, is that merchant capital advance companies, they're not all evil. It's a powerful tool. It might work for your business, might not work for your business. This video is about clarifying what it is and isn't. If you understand the math, the contract, and the risk, the MCA might be a bridge. Like I gave that example. If you got a contract, you're going to make, 100,000, 50,000, 75,000, and you only need a loan for 50,000. That's a bridge. If you know that you're going to come through and get that money, that's a bridge. But if you don't, you got to be very careful. Now, quickly, I want to talk about our client. He was being sued by one of these merchant advance companies. He actually had a piece of real estate also, and they were coming. It was about 40,000 was the original. They're coming after him for about a little over $99,000. We found several issues with the lawsuit. He had taken it to attorneys also before us. They were like, "We're not going to touch it. You just got to settle." He saw me on YouTube. We had conversations, and this type of response has to be done a certain way, because if a business owner can't represent their own business, even though you have a personal guarantee. But we know the secret on being able to break that with the courts. We know the secret. No, I'm not going to reveal it on here, because that's something that we put in a lot of work and time, effort on learning how to do that, and we can help you do that. With this resolution, and not all can end up this way, but all of most of the ones that we've worked with, either we've been able to get either dismissed, and they sued him in another state. He didn't live in the state that he was living in. So just think about how that dynamic was working. Get it dismissed due to the strategy that we used, or if an individual doesn't want to go to court, the business is still going, but they just can't afford it. We have solutions on modifying. We were able to get one modified that the business owner owed $150,000. Got that one modified down to, I believe, about $65,000 to $70,000, and a new payment that she was able to afford on her MCA loan. Other ones that we've been able to do was just to, that's a modification with a new payment. Other ones we were able to get the payment lowered, and then, it did extend out the loan, but, or whatever they want to call it, the advance, but they were able to survive and keep their business and keep things going. And that's, my goal is, if you were cheated, we want to look at it, see if you were cheated in all situations. Want to look at if you were cheated, and then we can let you know the options. So if you are hit with a lawsuit from an MCA loan, or your MCA loan is in default and you want to get some help on what you can do to find out what you can do about it, what you can do is go to summersmaster.com, go to the contact form, contact us, or you can go to the credit repair shop and contact us, and then we'll let you know what we can do to help you. We're going to want to renew those documents. This is not something that can be done in SummersMaster. This is something that has to be done on an individual case-by-case basis. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch a video what makes us different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you're being sued by a debt collector, not as a business, you can go to summersmaster.com, where you can get a court-ready response. All you got to do is sign, date, file it. You're good to go. Give you the best chance to get your case dismissed. If you have a lawsuit that is a business and you're the personal guarantee, has your business listed on it, go to summersmaster.com, go to the contact form, and contact us through that form, and we'll be able to let you know how we can help you. If you have debt collectors who are just sending you letters, you can go to summersmaster.com. We have a service where we can do it for you. Respond with an exclusive certified debt validation letter, or you can upload your debt collection letter, and you can create that for yourself. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel, post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.